Hello, everybody. I did want to come by real quick and just report on some Diddy news. So, what's going on with Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs? I mean, there are some rumors going around that the indictment is underway, that maybe perhaps a grand jury has been summoned, maybe a grand jury hasn't. There's a lot of rumors, but not really much official movement. Now, Law and Crime did report just one day ago that Diddy and Lil Rod filed a bunch of filings in the lawsuit over sanctions. But this morning, whenever I went to the Pacer website, I don't see anything new filed since literally like a month ago. So I don't know if Law and Crime has some information that I don't have access to, or if there is something else going on in a different case number or something like that. I will need to look into it. But that's pretty much all else I've been able to find going on. The only other situation that I've seen going on does have to do with the Keys to the City situation, which I guess they did finally actually rescind Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs key plaque or whatever, which I mean, okay, who cares? But there is some news going around that Diddy has been dropped by his law firm.
It's Gaga versus Diddy. So basically, the rumor has been that Lady Gaga says she wants no parts of her law firm that she uses if Diddy is a part. Oh, this photo must have been before Diddy got his veneers.
Now, the rumor is, and we are going to read an article, at least one from the New York Post. The rumor is that Lady Gaga apparently gave the law firm an ultimatum. I don't know. Let's just read the article. And then I do have some commentary on it. I have some opinions. Maybe they won't be the most popular of everyone's opinions either, but I'm going to say what I want to say over here. Y'all know you're in the Queen's Court. Okay, so here is the article, and I have it on the reader view because I cannot stand those stupid ads that just pop up. Sean Diddy Combs dropped by powerful NYC attorneys, but not because of Lady Gaga, the firm claims. And then the article states, powerhouse Manhattan law firm Grubman, Shire, Misalis, and Sachs, which reps most heavy hitters in the music industry, has kicked renegade rapper Sean Diddy Combs to the curb. Okay. The decision to part ways with Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs was proactively made by the partners in the firm a number of months ago, as they felt it was the right thing to do. A spokesperson for the law firm exclusively told Page Six. And then it says News Nation reported Saturday that Lady Gaga told the firm to either drop Diddy, who is facing mounting allegations, or she would walk away from being represented by the firm. And look, there's Diddy with his stupid key. Quote, the report that the decision was the result of client pressure just isn't true, the firm spokesperson claimed to the Post. The unnamed insider reportedly told News Nation that the Poker Face singer said she was leaving the firm if they didn't drop Diddy. But a source who knows the singer told Page Six that convo never happened. So I don't know who's the singer. Maybe it's Gaga is the singer. Who's the source? Is it Scooter Braun? Girl, is it Lou Taylor? And then he goes on to say, the law firm dropped Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs due to the allegations. The source told Page Six. So I'm going to scroll by this picture. The last time I included this video, even though it was completely censored, like blurred out, pixelated, so let me just scroll past that. But then look at this. Diddy was a client of this firm for more than 20 years. Alan Grubman, even known to stop by his Hampton home before the moguls fall from grace. So this guy is Diddy's friend. And I did see some other rumors circulating, some speculation occurring that the real reason that this law firm is dropping Diddy is because they could be possibly being also pulled into the investigation, either as witnesses or perhaps even as, who knows? I don't want to make any allegations because I don't know, because I wasn't there. And what I'm talking about is literally just rumors that are unsubstantiated. But I can't help but notice, after I've been reporting on like pop culture and pop culture lawsuits and stuff like that for 4 years now, sometimes you'll see rumors circulating and percolating, and it's because they're true. And then a few months later, you'll get evidence for it. So I don't know if that's what's going on here with this situation, but I will say it does. Well, let me finish the article. I do have some conflicting feelings on this. We'll talk about it after. Okay. So, again, Diddy was friends, it looks like personal friends with the lawyer who's named, the named lawyer, right? Like Grubman is his last name. And look, the name of the law firm is Grubman, Shire, Mesalis, or whatever. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that one. And Sachs. So not only a named partner, he's the first named partner. And in like law firm naming politics, it matters whose name comes first. What I mean is, this is a very powerful man at the law firm. He's a named partner, the first named partner, and he was friends apparently with P. Diddy, or is friends. It says was here. Known to stop by his Hampton digs before Diddy's fall from grace, the News Nation report said. The firm's biggest fear was that a Gaga goodbye would trigger a race to the exits by other boldface artists. The Dispatch said. So it was being reported that not only was this law firm concerned about Lady Gaga, of course, I'm sure as a big client leaving the firm, but they probably were more concerned, this report was saying, biggest fear was that when Lady Gaga would leave the law firm, other people would race to follow her out of the door in a flurry. You know, nobody wants to be the first one, but once the sort of seal is broken, that's what it says their biggest fear was. This is the guy right here. And look how funny this is. Grubman, that's him. That's Diddy's alleged former friend and also lawyer, who's now apparently kicked him off of being represented. A founder of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is so shady how they wrote this in here too. Grubman, this man, a founder of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, became the first practicing lawyer to be inducted there in November 2022. So this guy, so many years ago, he's a founder. He made it up. Like before this guy helped found it, it didn't exist, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So this guy founds it, and then just like 2 years ago, he gets inducted into it. You started it. Just like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Past and present clients of this law firm include Elton John, who is apparently or was apparently friends with Usher's mom way back in the day when Usher was 13. And that weird? Barbara Streisand, who's first cousins with Adam Streisand, who tried to represent Britney Spears, but the judge would not let him. Lil Nas X, The Weeknd, Madonna, U2, and Drake. So those are some of the firm's clients. But at the beginning of this article, it did say that this law firm represents most of the music industry's heavy hitters, which reps most heavy hitters in the music industry. So not like, oh, most of the clients of this firm are heavy hitters. No, most of the music industry heavy hitters are represented by this firm. So it's a very powerful law firm. Combs has been kind of like an untouchable ever since reports surfaced of alleged twisted conduct. Mayor Adams revoked Combs's key to New York City less than 3 weeks after a shocking video leaked of Diddy beating his ex, the Post previously reported. The key was returned after Adams fired off a June 4th letter to Diddy, according to Fabian Levy, deputy mayor for communications. Combs also scrubbed his Instagram last week, but people have that whole thing downloaded, so I don't know why he would even bother. Okay, so that's the official story. That's pretty much the official report. It's a little ambiguous if it's because Lady Gaga said that she specifically was going to leave the firm if they didn't get rid of Diddy, or if it was because they thought if Gaga left the firm, then they would lose more of their clients, which they didn't want. And then there's also some reports that are saying that Lady Gaga had nothing to do with this, and it had more to do with the allegations of SA. Now, I feel like, sometimes I just got to get some stuff off my chest. And if I don't say it, nobody will. So I do feel like I need to express a little bit of an unpopular opinion here. And that is, okay, so we have a little bit of a decision tree here, right? So did the firm drop Diddy for the reasons that are being stated, or are there other reasons? I mean, we've seen it before that these unnamed anonymous insiders are often not necessarily accurate with what they're saying to the news. So it could be the case that we haven't even really heard in the news of what the real reason could be. Like, for example, one of the things that crossed my mind is that maybe Diddy can't afford these lawyers. If they are the biggest, baddest law firm in the business, it has been being reported that Diddy doesn't have a lot of money, and I even have watched interviews. I probably won't include the clip here because I don't remember who it was. It was like, forehead deep in some Biggie investigation I was doing, but I have heard it said before about one of Diddy's friends or former friends or whatever that right before the Cassie lawsuit came out, right before all the news of it came out and everything, this guy had asked Diddy for like a loan of an amount of money that he would have had, or maybe, I don't know, something. And Diddy was like, I don't have it. Like, I don't have that money like that right now. And this was months. This was months and months before the Lil Rod lawsuit. This was like before even the Cassie lawsuit. So that's one possibility. One possibility is we're being told the truth. I think that is possible. I could see of, all the artists and things like Lady Gaga being somebody who would say that. I do know that she does seem to genuinely care actually about victims of this type of um, I'm not really personally the biggest fan of everything the woman does or says or thinks, but it does seem like she does genuinely care about this particular cause. So I could believe it. I could see that being true that, really Lady Gaga really did say, I'm leaving this law firm if y'all don't drop Diddy. So let's say that is true. If it is, I'm not really. Okay, look, listen, just hear me out, y'all. I am disgusted and perturbed as much as the next person by Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. And in my personal belief, even though he, of course, should be presumed innocent until proven guilty and until we see all the evidence, of course, I do know, because it's been done to me, that people will lie about you in court under penalty of perjury, and they will do it with a straight face. Okay, so that being said, in my personal opinion and belief, personally, I sense that at least a lot of these allegations are true. Okay. But I don't know. I wasn't there. And I truly do think he should get a fair trial and all that. All that being said, I'm not really sure I'm like clapping and cheering like a seal along with the next ones about this as a precedent, because it's so hard for me to now separate myself from the situation, because I have been targeted with malicious, vexatious litigation and prosecution myself. And I think, it was nice that there were anti-SLAPP statutes, for example. It was nice that there were at least some safeguards in place. We were able to get sanctions whenever they abused the legal process, for example. So I kind of do, for my own bias purposes, understand and like and appreciate certain fundamental kind of threshold safeguards about the legal industry or the justice system or whatever you want to call it, right? And I do I know that this is unpopular opinion, but it to me it just really is so obvious. I do think everyone should be entitled to a kind of sacrosanct relationship with their lawyer that is not interfered with or infringed upon by the political or personal interests of other people. I understand the notion of conflicts of interest. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is for me, it's a little bit of a double whammy. It's two things. It's one, the notion of being presumed innocent until you are proven guilty. And the other notion that I think it butts up against is the right to defend yourself as someone who is being accused of criminal activity and who is being accused also of heinous activity that would be also still criminal, but in civil court. I know a lot of y'all don't agree, but I do strongly believe in due process, equal protection, and the right to an attorney, and the right to hire the attorney of your choice without that being interfered upon. And look, listen, I worked at a big law firm, and it wasn't for a long time. And a big reason was because exactly this. And so, as much as, on the one hand, I don't really I'm not cheering and clapping and we haha, so funny, haha, Diddy lost his lawyer, even though I kind of think he did it. Because if somebody really did do something and it's criminal and they're going to have to possibly face, in this case, federal indictments and ultimately possibly federal prison time, or who knows. As much as I absolutely do believe that a person should be allowed and is absolutely entitled to hire whoever they want to hire, whatever they can afford, and defend themselves as zealously as possible, I got another part of me that's kind of like, you know what, buddy? Live by the sword, die by the sword. Because who is P. Diddy's business manager / accountant? TriStar Sports and Entertainment. That's Lou Taylor, Robin Greenhill. Remember all that? Robin Greenhill was mentioned in the Low Rod lawsuit at least once, maybe more. This is a Lou Taylor tactic. That's why I don't practice law anymore. I mean, I'm probably going to quit by now anyway. But at the time, years ago, Lou Taylor, a lot of y'all know this, but this is P. Diddy's business manager. Lou Taylor also was Britney Spears' business manager during her conservatorship for like over 10 years. Lou Taylor didn't like it that I was making videos about her on YouTube and, Instagram and stuff. And she hired my law firm, the one I was working at. It was a big law firm. I mean, it wasn't representing every heavy hitter in the music industry. I mean, they had their own specialties of types of work. They did do sports law. They had a big sports law contingency. But Lou Taylor, once she hired that law firm, she was on the phone. She was calling general counsel of that law firm and telling them to call me and tell me stop making videos about her. So Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs absolutely inhabits and exists within a world where this is absolutely something that goes on, because I have personal first-hand knowledge from my own life of his business manager doing exactly that. Now, to be very clear, I did ask the law firm, I said, did Lou Taylor make her hiring this law firm contingent upon me doing certain actions? And they said no. Well, actually, at first he was like, what? Acted like he didn't understand the question. Like he wasn't one of the highest achieving lawyers in the country. No, I mean, he's like, huh? Basically, I said, did Lou Taylor give you an ultimatum? Did she say either she goes or I go? I'll bring all my clients here. I'll bring all my TriStar Sports and Entertainment clients over here to your firm, but you got to get rid of BJ. That's basically what I was asking. And the law firm, Larry, he said, no, that's not what happened. And he said it with some conviction. But regardless, we were absolutely on the phone for the purpose of a client, Lou Taylor, had asked or demanded that I stop making videos about her, and used as leverage my employment relationship with the law firm and, tried to trickle it down that way. I mean, obviously, y'all see how that worked out for her. But Diddy does come from a world where that is kind of something that does take place, where people do manipulate their business relationships and their professional relationships with law firms to do this sort of thing. So it could be true. And it is kind of like live by the sword, die by the sword. Your own business manager does this type of tactic. So, maybe that's just the world you live in. And then there is that lingering possibility in my mind that it is a little bit deeper than that even. It's that perhaps this law firm expects to be called, or has maybe already been called, to testify in front of a grand jury, maybe some type of... That's all speculation and rumors. I don't have any proof for that, and I don't even necessarily fully think that. I'm just saying this is one of the possibilities. But these are the official story first came out was like, oh yeah, Lady Gaga gave an ultimatum. But then it came out that that's not true, and the law firm's spokesperson is refuting that. And also it's being reported that the first named partner of the law firm is or was personal friends with Diddy. So there may be some conflict witness situation kind of brewing up as well. We will just have to see. So make sure you are subscribed, click the notification bell. I'm going to be definitely keeping up with this story. I also have to finish editing part 2 of the Jamie Gilmore video, Gilmour. So all that'll be coming very soon. And that's all I really had for you today. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Love you, mean it, kid. Bye. Welcome into my world. You're playing my game. Thought that you could come up and they're fitting off of my knee. Talking out the side of your neck like you're insane. Cortisol levels to the roof. Inflame. Kids these days so shameless. Selling out real friends for a paycheck. Mama didn't teach them no home training. Wanna be me so bad, but they failing. Step to the plate though. I'll take a challenger. I ain't scared of no low life scavenger. I should warn you though, if you haven't heard, I ain't no Colleen ukulele ballanger. Shots been fired. Wanna tell that? Say it to my face though. Now behind my back. Won't be long till you share it in the group chat. And when I call you up, you gonna backtrack.
You should've kept my name out your mouth.